What is going on, everyone? MikeO back with another Mail Day recap. Got a nice selection of stuff I've picked up in the last few weeks for the personal collection, so excited to share it with you. As the summer gets rolling, a lot of stuff going on. I'm always busy, and I'm sure a lot of other people have things going on, but time just seems to be flying by. It's hard to believe the National. Going to be getting ready to travel in just over a month and a half. That is just absolutely crazy. But baseball season has been fun so far as a Phillies fan, for sure. Third of the way through. Phils have played a lot of games, a few more games than some other teams in the division and stuff, and part of the reason is because now they're on their way to London, so they have multiple off days before and after and such to readjust. So their number of games will slow down a little bit here in the next week. But it'd be interesting, I guess. I'm not jacked up for it. Some people in the city are really excited for it. I don't care. I'm not going to be in London. I don't really personally have any desire or thoughts of ever going to London. But if I were to, it would have been to go see Phillies Mets game. That would have been pretty neat, I guess. Nice reason to take a trip over there, but we'll see what happens. But the Phils with a really solid start to their season, so that definitely makes it even more exciting to collect. Now, I've been collecting Phillies cards my entire life, and Phils have had a lot of down years. Even though, the last 40 years, the Phillies have been really good based on their history. They've certainly had some downtime, some really groups of some really bad seasons consecutively, but it certainly beats being a Phillies fan in the 20s or 30s or anything like that when they were under 500 for 30-40 years in a row. So anyway, let's get into some of the pickups here. We've got some Topps Now cards to start it off, and then we have some other pickups. Few Topps Now that came in. Ranger Suarez, he's been getting a lot of them. He's just been incredible. His last two starts, not as much. He pitched a fine first inning his last outing, but then unfortunately got hit in the hand and had to leave the game. Start before that wasn't horrendous, but wasn't great, and did take his first loss of the year. But this was one for the lowest Phillies ERA since 1916 through first 8 games. We got the Bryce Harper. This one came in probably right after my last mail day. Dad strength powers home run after birth of baby girl. Harper has a knack for that. Here's an Aaron Nola, records 4th complete game shutout in 4-hitter. And then another Ranger Suarez, first with 9-0 start, sub 1.5 ERA through 10 starts since 1966. That was Juan Marichal. So Topps, a little stingy on the Topps Now, and I get it. There were some years where they maybe went over the top, but it used to be a lock. If your team had a walk-off victory, Topps Now the next day. And the last 2 walk-off wins for the Phillies, granted one was a sac fly, but last night they had a walk-off win on a double in extra innings, so it wasn't a dramatic, we're down a run, down to our last out, and a double wins the game, but still, kind of surprised. They've been a little tough on those. And, hey, they're just giving up some money because I would pick them all up. This is an Aaron Nola. This is the bonus. So if you order the Road to Opening Day set, which is kind of a silly set. It's a 10-card set of mostly the starters and a couple starting pitchers. But the main reason I order it, besides the fact that I just want to do the whole Topps Now run anyway, is you get these bonus cards if your team achieves things. Now, a lot of the teams don't get any bonus cards, but been really lucky the last couple of years the Phillies have qualified for a few. And this year, in fact, the Phillies have gotten 3 of these already. Because Ranger Suarez had a complete game shutout, so they made one of him. And then Bryce Harper had a 3-home run game. It's a 3-home run game, a complete game shutout, no hitter, I think 16 strikeouts, and then a cycle. They used to do some different things if your team was in first place at the All-Star break and if they won the division, but they've eliminated those at this point. But cool card there. Print runs a couple hundred on those, so always fun to get those in. Topps Chrome Platinum fun set. So this is from last year's. This is the 2022 edition, so really 2 years ago, but it came out last year. This is just the Prism Refractor of Robin Roberts. Just picked that one up real cheap with free shipping. And then from this year, picked up a few. Haven't gone nuts like I did last year, but I've got my eye on quite a few. No Superfractors yet for the Phillies I haven't seen. Probably only seen maybe 20, 25 different Superfractors posted on social media or eBay. Anyway, this is a gold refractor of Richie Ashburn, serial numbered 33 out of 50. So cool Richie Ashburn there. And then the red lava refractor of Robin Roberts. That one's numbered 3 of 5. Cool one there. And then a gold wave refractor of Robin Roberts, numbered, looks like 20 out of 50. So happy to pick up a couple of those ones. Definitely would like to get some more. I'm keeping my eye out here and there. I ripped a good amount of that stuff. Got a handful of Phillies, and I also bought into a couple of Phillies breaks as well. So I don't have it with me, but I actually did hit a few things in that. John Kruk autograph, numbered to 15, and also a Harper City background parallel. So that's definitely cool. Happy to add those to the collection as well. There's another little stack of Phillies that I picked up. This is an eBay purchase, little group here from eBay. This is the red parallel of Ryan Madson, numbered to 299. That's from 2010. Madson, big-time member of the Phillies in the late 2000s. Had a nice little run for them. Huge in 2008 as part of the Bridge to Lidge, helping them win a World Series, and then was also played a big role in 2009, 10, and 11, was the closer in 2011. Madson actually pitched in a lot of big games in his career. Pitched in the World Series in 08 and 09 with the Phillies, also in 2015 with the Royals, and his final season with the Dodgers. I want to say it was 2018 or 19. He lost the World Series with the Dodgers to the Astros, I believe. And then it was on the winning side with Kansas City over the Mets, and then split them with the Phillies. So nice Ryan Madson. Here is an X-Fractor of Bobby Abreu, numbered to 250, red X-Fractor from Finest. Abreu, super good career. Just unfortunately another one of those guys who just kind of played on Phillies teams that never really could qualify for the postseason. They weren't bad, but they weren't quite good enough to get in the playoffs. Granted, if they had 3 wild cards back then, the Phillies would have been in the playoffs every year, so who knows, maybe they would have won on a run one of those years, but kind of was out, and then they won the division the next year, so he kind of gets overlooked sometimes. Here's a cool JT Realmuto. This is just the foil parallel from Topps Archives last year. That one's numbered to 199. Nice little look there. Chase Utley gold parallel. That one's numbered to 2012. 1637 out of 2012. Seen a lot of Chase Utley with the London thing as an ambassador for baseball over in London. And he's actually had some really good interviews lately, too. Here's an X-Fractor of Utley from Topps Chrome back in 2011. And then Pat Corrales, Topps Rookie Cup insert card. So that's a neat one. That's a green, numbered to 199. Features his stats from the 1965 Phillies. So cool one I didn't have in the collection. And then I got a couple cards that were sent to me. These were sent to me from my friend Peril. Just some stuff that's nostalgic. I'm sure I have these somewhere in my collection, but the Tommy Green no-hit club, I remember that insert from Score. That happened in 1991. My dad was on a business trip when that one happened. He had the no-hitter in Montreal. Nick Leva, manager card. He's like the first Phillies manager I remember. He wasn't there long, though. And then a Charlie Hayes This is a Charlie Hayes from 95 Finest. So Charlie Hayes, he was acquired from the Giants back in 1989. Kind of got the chance to fill the shoes left by Mike Schmidt's retirement, and was with the Phillies for a couple years. Ended up in Colorado with the Rockies. Had a big season out in Colorado. Next thing you know, he was on the Yankees catching the final out of the 95 World Series, and then eventually made his way back to the Phillies as well. So Charlie Hayes had a nice little career. Also the father of Ke'Bryan Hayes, current Pittsburgh Pirates third baseman. And last few baseball pickups, we got the Stadium Club Triumvirate insert of Kyle Schwarber. Love getting Schwarber inserts, dirt cheap. Guys, been an amazing signing for the Phillies. I mean, 40 home runs the first couple years, a couple postseason appearances, ton of huge home runs in the postseason, and, having another solid year right now. So super fun to add him to the collection. A cool Mike Schmidt I didn't have, Baseball's Hottest Stars. I think that's from Fleer 87. And then this card is just beautiful of Schwarber. Topps Cosmic Chrome. The base cards are okay. I mean, I don't love them, certainly don't hate them, but the refractors, specifically the color refractors, these velocity refractors are amazing. They can get pretty expensive because they're just so hard to hit. You get one per box. And the product's crazy pricey, $300. So people price them high, and I do not blame them. As someone who both collects, buys as a collector, and sells stuff, I get it. I don't blame people one bit. Perpetually, I think singles, for the most part, 95% of singles are completely underpriced. I know most people have the absolute exact opposite viewpoint, but if you look at overall print runs of a lot of these products, the cost of the products and how difficult it is to get them, the cost of pulling these hits typically is in the thousands and thousands of dollars, and most of the cards you can get for $10-15. And I get it. Collecting is expensive, and I get collecting on a budget. And hell, I do the same damn thing. I look for the lowest price, and I will make offers. And if I can get something dirt cheap, I will. But at the same time, I absolutely understand when people are hesitant to sell things too cheap. I mean, it probably costs someone, $350 to open a box of this. And this is a card I got for maybe $10 or $15. So, I mean, to me, absolute bargain. Beautiful card for the collection. All right, other pickups. This was actually thrown in with that Schwarber. So just Topps Heritage. I mean, I already have quite a few of these because I opened some Heritage. So, but definitely appreciate it. I'll probably send that one off to my nephew. Got a couple Drew Bledsoes. These were actually picked up off Mercari. If you guys weren't aware, Mercari actually has the eBay style standard envelope. I don't know what it's called, but the only reason I bought these on there is because they kept bombarding me with these $10 coupons. Hey, basically here's free $10. So I was like, well, I'll just buy some cheap cards with, dollar shipping, and basically got them all for free. So I picked up this Drew Bledsoe from Victory. Big Playmakers. Just a cool looking card. Grew up just loving watching Drew Bledsoe play, and I still enjoy watching him play because I'll watch the live games and I'll watch the old games, specifically before season's coming up. Right now I'm 100% in baseball mode. I hear people say all the time, I can't wait for training camp. I couldn't care less about training camp. I don't look forward to football season. I love football season when it's here, but I don't know, the summer's too busy and there's too much going on. I don't know how that sounds because I know people love football, and I love football too, but baseball is something I look forward to more because it comes in after a dead part of the year where there's no sports that I'm into. Once football's over, I'm done with sports till baseball comes back, and it's just that dreary, freezing cold time here on the in the Northeast. So just two different parts of the season. Providing you guys with a lot of thoughts tonight, a lot of some of my just in the moment thoughts. And here's Drew Bledsoe hollow. I guess it's a Blue Star Silver Prism. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it's cool looking. I'm happy to add that to the collection. And then I didn't even know this existed, but I ran into this in that Mercari deal as well. It's from Garbage Pail Kids Ghostbuster. I know they made one of these with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I guess there's a second version of this because it's 74C, but obviously featuring Slimer. So pick that one up. Just thought it was cool. Something neat to add to the collection. So those are kind of the card pickups. Got a few other sweet things to show off as well. You might see that starting lineup in the background. So I, growing up, was huge into starting lineups, like massive collection and stuff. At this point, I pretty much have every Philly and most of the New England Patriots and then a handful of others. And the same thing with the McFarlands, other than like the open ones I have displayed in this room I'm in. But I used to, back in the day, collect some of the custom ones, and I just ran into this on eBay, and I thought overall the guy did a pretty good job, so I picked it up. Now, like, resealing the package is, they did okay, but not great. In this 2004 baseball sticker, they definitely could do a better job on that. But the figure looks amazing, and you get the Topps chrome insert there, Action All-Stars. So really cool. Bryce Harper in the powder blue. I wish they'd bring starting lineups back. Fanatics really blew that. They advertised all their stuff about bringing back starting lineups, and they did technically bring it back a year and a half ago, and they just butchered it. If you're going to bring back starting lineups, all you had to do is do that. Have that scale figure, have that style figure, have the blaster card. That stuff's super popular in the action figure collectability market. You see it if you walk through your Walmarts or Targets. They bring back He-Man, Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, all that stuff from the 80s, the Marvel figures. They got them on the blister cards. They got the old molds, and people love that stuff, and it's a little cheaper to produce. The starting lineups they put out were completely different. They didn't even really look like starting lineups. They kind of just used the name, and they were like $50 a piece, and it was basketball. So like they butchered that, and now I think they all got cleared out and they canceled the football line. And McFarlane actually just got back the license for baseball and football. So they just released like 6 baseball figures, McFarlane, if you guys are into them. And they have football that came out, and there's more football on the way. All right, last few pickups. So this was sent to me. I got a message from Florida Card Guy over on, I think, Instagram. He might be on Twitter as well. Florida Card Guy, and he sent me a really nice letter here, so that was really neat read. So Aaron, I appreciate it. This is from 94 Phillies Photo Night that they gave away. I think he said he got it in another game. I don't know if he was at the photo night or not. That wasn't really clear in the letter, but I know this is where it was given away, and it came with an image, a team shot that they did every year, the team photo, and then it had the slot. So if you took a picture, you brought your camera and took a picture, you could, here on the side, it slides through, and you could slide, either a picture of, say you would have taken a picture of John Kruk, you could have slid that in. Of course, you could put your own photo in as well. So super cool. A lot of the former 93 Phillies here in this. I mean, this is the 94 team. I could rattle off the majority of these guys. I glanced at it just for kind of like a minute. And you got Dennis Menke, Johnny Padres, Jim Fregosi, John Vukovic, Larry Boa, Tony Scott, who I think actually just passed away a few days ago. And the players, I think the only ones I wasn't sure completely offhand was right there and right there. Everyone else I could name immediately. Jim Eisenreich, Milt Thompson, Kim Batiste, John Kruk, Lenny Dykstra, Mickey Morandini, Mariano Duncan, Danny Jackson, Tony Longmire, Kevin Stocker, Doug Jones, Ricky Jordan, Dave Hollins, Darren Dalton, Pete Incaviglia, Wes Chamberlain, Norm Charlton, Kurt Schilling, Ben Rivera. I think that's Jeff Juden, David West, Tommy Green. That looks like Heathcliff Slocum, and then on the end is Todd Pratt. The other two, I'm sure in time I could get, but once again, Aaron, I appreciate you sending that my way. I have seen these before, obviously sponsored by Kodak, so I appreciate you thinking of me. And then the final pickups for the night, This is coming from an auction house. I think I got 6 of these. Most of these are actually available if someone wanted to purchase or trade. I only really need 1 for the collection. But these are from 1950. They're exclusive from the Bulletin, the old newspaper in Philadelphia. You had the Inquirer and the Bulletin. Nowadays, of course, you have the Daily News. But the pinups, you got Ken Heintzelman. You've got Stan Holmig. Not super familiar with him, honestly. Stan Lapata, who is the one that I am absolutely keeping in the PC. I think this one's actually hand-signed as well. There's a couple of these. You got Russ Meyer. Got a few cards of him. I'm cool with keeping them all. Bob Miller. That's a neat one. I love like the old shots of the jerseys. Very cool. And then Dick Whitman, which that one's also signed. So not perfect condition. Definitely some, little loss of paper up there. But, I mean, they came in newspapers and, how many of those survived. But super cool. Always fun stuff to collect. So definitely appreciate you guys watching. 20-minute video. Hopefully you enjoyed the cards. Hopefully you enjoyed the thoughts. And hopefully you enjoy the remainder of your week. Enjoy baseball season. Enjoy the summer. Hopefully you guys get to enjoy stuff. And a lot of stuff coming up also in the community. You're going to have Hobby Palooza coming up in about a month or so. So January 22nd, 23rd over on 4 Collectors channel, if I'm not mistaken on the dates. I'm pretty sure it's the 22nd, 23rd, and the 23rd being the Sunday, 7 p.m. is when I'll be on. So that should be a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys watching. Comment below, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.